Hello everyone, and welcome to my young and restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Victoria and Claire had lunch at Society, and during their meal, the younger woman raves about how Nikki taught her international business. Victoria cautions that in addition to promoting the business, she must also promote herself. She is quite proud of her. Even if it's still difficult to hear, Claire adores it when she expresses her pride in her. Jordan often made fun of her. That woman was so twisted, rages Victoria. She will make up for all the affection and respect she was denied as a child. She observes that Claire simply brightens other people's days and has no resentment. Thanks to the assistance she has received, Claire is able to accomplish that. Kyle also contributes. There is something about him that still bothers her, even though she has never felt so connected to someone. Claire claims that although she and Kyle get along well, her grandfather is the issue. There must be a method to make him retreat. According to Victoria, her father never backs down. Claire informs her that Victor left the dinner party. Victoria gives a sigh. She expresses her worries. Her father takes great satisfaction in harboring resentment and achieving his goals. He always believes he is right. Even worse, he has gained confidence and pushed for Chelsea and Adam to reconcile, and now they are. He sees it as another evidence that he is correct. He will now have more time to devote to Kyle and Claire. Claire does not want Kyle to suffer harm as a result of her actions. Victoria questions whether she is considering ending their relationship in order to shield him from Victor's anger. No one else can tell Claire what to do or whom to love. Victoria is well aware of how difficult it is for her to not have her grandfather's approval. Why he doesn't want her to be happy is beyond Claire's comprehension. According to Victoria, he secretly feels that he is shielding her from Kyle. Why didn't he do this for Summer? Asks Claire. He may have believed that Summer didn't require his protection, Victoria shrugs. She's not a delicate flower, Claire rages. She will get back up and fight twice as hard if she is knocked down. See also, Amelia Hindley commemorates the centenary of YNR. Jack and Kyle talk about a threat. Jack listens as Kyle at the club talks about outstanding stats at Jabot. Jack commends him for acknowledging Diane's line as he disconnects. According to Kyle, Tracy appeared preoccupied when he met her in the hallway. Jack dismisses it with a wave. Kyle is simply happy that she is getting married to the right man. Jack shifts the conversation to Kyle taking a vacation. It was necessary, says Kyle with a grin. Jack expresses his pride in his performance at work. Jack and Diane taught Kyle everything. The revival of the Jabot classic line has been expertly handled by his mother. All of this makes Jack happy, and he is thankful that their disagreement has been resolved. Claire deserves some recognition for helping Kyle become the man he wants to be again. More, what will cause Chelsea and Adam to split up? Jack and Kyle talk about how much they love their ladies. Kyle claims that his feelings for Claire are distinct from those of other women. He felt like he had to prove himself all the time with Summer. He is more at ease when he is around Claire. Being a better man for her doesn't require him to put himself through a lot of stress. She assisted him in returning to his better self. Jack is pleased with Claire's impact on him. He has given them his benediction. Jack continues talking on how she looks at Kyle and how kind and honest she is. Kyle mentions Victor's displeasure. He believes that if he tries to stand in their way, he can defeat him. Jack Kyle YNR. Jack believes that Kyle and Claire are acting appropriately. Their difficulties shouldn't cause them to drift apart. Being in the middle makes Kyle feel horrible for Claire. Victor is upset that Jack and Diane were able to outsmart him. Jack is certain that he will keep up the pressure, but he will have a difficult task ahead of him. Kyle is concerned that Claire could begin to listen if he presses her. Lily addresses Damian. Amy is seated on the couch at Nate's house, where Damian and Nate engage in brotherly banter. Damian gives Nate credit for everything he has done for his mother. According to Nate, the referral was recently made. The doctor said she might be eligible for some overtime, Amy teases. Amy tells Damian that all she wanted was to look him in the eye and apologize for everything as they discuss her basketball analogy. Nate takes her upstairs to rest because Damian fears she's becoming overburdened. Damian answers the door when someone knocks. They need to talk, Lily tells him as she walks in. Damian can feel Lily's distress. She's not interested in becoming involved there. She inquires about Amy. According to Damian, the initial treatments have gone smoothly. Nate is helping her get settled upstairs. When Lily talks about cancer, Damian believes she sounds like she has first-hand knowledge of the disease. Damian tells Lily that his place is with his mother, but Lily wants to walk across the hall to discuss. "All right," says Lily. "I want to know the true nature of your work and not of your boss, Aristotle Dumas." She admits to Damian that 3 months ago, Dumas handed him information about her and Devon. "Where are you getting your information?" asks Damian with a smirk. He's not disputing it, Lily observes. Damian inquires as to if she is still looking into him. She claims that it's obvious he was aware of her family and business before Nate contacted her. Did he already know Amy was ill and that Nate was his brother? Has he spent the entire time playing them? Damian is reminded by Lily that she promised to do whatever it took to save her family and their interests. Her insinuations are offensive to Damian. Even though she doesn't know him well, does she truly believe that if he had known his mother was dying, he would have stayed away? Yes, Lily replies. When he learned, he was prepared to board a plane and depart. Damian claims to be there right now. Before she informed him, he was unaware of Nate. It is absurd to imply that he knew all along that he wasn't his biological father because he loved his father more than anybody else. Your estimate of what I knew and when is completely inaccurate. Perhaps you should tell me who is lying to you. Nate shows up and steps in. Lily says she's sorry. Nate is interested in learning more about this. Lily is fabricating something, according to Damian. He is employed by Dumas, who owns the 2 businesses he manages. Dumas wants to keep a low profile, so he rigged it up to look like he was the owner. Nate acknowledges that he and Lily have both been burned by Victor Newman and that he can relate. Lily and Devon were merely names on a page when Damian first read about them in a business magazine. Nate checked in with Dumas and shared his knowledge of their family business when he made the job offer. He suggested that they listen to them and follow the results. That's your side of the story, Lily sniffs. My own is a bit different. Damian claims that she seems to believe that he was aware of them before to their contact, but whoever informed her of this is deceiving her. Lily is adamant that her source is more trustworthy than Damian. According to Nate's sibling, he has always been playing catch-up. He is able to acknowledge his first dishonest behavior. He had Holden pretend to be him, which is why Lily is upset. Damian believed they were drawing nearer. Lily expresses her complete lack of faith in him and declares that she will not allow him or this Aristotle Dumas to harm her family. She leaves abruptly. Damian is informed by Nate that the entire situation might be a hoax. Amy shows up and asks what's happening. Conversation turns to Summer. Jack and Kyle talk about Victor being the king of false information in the club dining room. Kyle continues to worry that he may exhaust Claire. She recently discovered her family. If he attempts to force her to choose between becoming a Newman and him. Jack notes that Victor has no evidence to back up his position, and the other Newmans are in favor of their partnership. Summer is the only person Kyle knows. Jack is aware that Summer believes she ought to have a choice in who he is with. According to Kyle, she was correct about Audra. Although she hasn't mentioned Claire, it's easy to infer her thoughts. Jack claims that when he recently saw Summer, he had a hunch that she felt they ought to reconcile. Although Kyle is unsure of why she would want it, she thinks Victor would favor it. However, his relationship with Claire has changed. Jack cautions Victor that trying to use the Summer angle is not beneath him. Victoria informs Claire at society that Jack and Victor had a truce when Kyle and Summer were married. When Jack stopped Nikki from drinking, it was over. Claire claims that when she and Jordan gave Nikki vodka, she resumed drinking. It's her fault. It makes her require her grandfather's approval of her and Kyle even more important. For him to reconsider, she must win his heart. Victoria tells Claire outside that she has been there and has done everything she can to have her father give her the freedom to choose. They discuss his initial feelings toward Cole upon his return. He gained his respect in the end. Claire thinks that everyone else will follow suit if her grandfather decides to change his mind. Victoria inquires as to whether anyone else is against her and Kyle's relationship. One person, Claire says. Summertime. Do you want to get back with him? Asks Victoria. She merely seems to threaten Claire, so she wouldn't go that far. Victoria apologizes. Her first boyfriend, love, should be particularly memorable. Victor will eventually abandon them, and Summer has no influence over Kyle's life. She will attempt to prevent him from getting in the way of their relationship in the interim. They give each other hugs. Jack communicates. Jack invites Victoria over as she enters the club. They talk about how much they like Kyle and Claire. According to Jack, he fully supports them. Victoria claims that both she and Cole agree. Jack is aware that Victor isn't joining. He requests that she inform Victor that he will be held accountable if he causes those young kids any grief. Victoria adds, "To me as well," as Jack leaves. In Crimson Lights, Kyle and Claire cross notes to see who supports their romance. What people think is all that matters. Amy is seeking the truth. Amy is angry that Nate and Damian are at each other's throats at Nate's house. They try to distract her by bringing up soup. Amy tells them that she wants the truth and that they will sit down. "You're going to give it to me, too,"